So, got my baby back. They did it a little bit faster than I was originally told that it'd probably be. Welcome to season 2, episode 6 of House of David. And I have to say that my little long-winded thing at the end of last episode was about how things weren't really moving along. And I now realize that that was the case, is it was all very plotty, plotty, Ploddy. Not a whole lot happened between episodes. We hadn't really gone very far. And actually, I finally looked up the biblical narrative, and season 2 is it's one chapter set. So season 1 was 1 Samuel 16 through 17. Season 2 so far has just been 1 Samuel 18 in terms of the time frame that it takes place in. So that's one of the reasons why it's moving so slow, is they're kind of they're dragging their feet on getting to a specific moment. And that moment happened this episode, and holy cow, I am sorry that I complained about things being kind of dull. So much happens in this episode. This was a big episode. So I was very complimentary of season 1, episode 5. It's one of my favorite episodes of TV that I've seen in a very long time. And this one is not that, but holy cow, this episode gets a lot done. A lot happens, and it is all really interesting. Season 1, episode 5, the writing was really tight and really good. This one is so well plotted. It does not have a whole lot to do with character development and that kind of thing, but the steps in the story are so great. And one of my favorite actors in it, the Queen, she gets to shine again finally. I complained about that in the last episode too, about how she hadn't been given a whole lot to do, but she has stuff to do now, and that makes me so happy. But I do want to say, so I reread 1 Samuel in preparation of going over the first season, and it was over a year ago, so I didn't really remember everything that happens in the order that it happens. And I finally did that yesterday, because what happens in this episode I couldn't remember the setup for, and this is actually very accurate. David was supposed to marry Merav, and the way the Bible says it says that he was engaged to Merav, and then Saul started to distrust him. And so then he actually married Merav to another person. David didn't refuse. But David was actually against the marriage in the first place, and says that he used that line from the last episode, "Who am I to be son-in-law to the king?" Then it also says Michal was in love with him, and she asked Saul to be allowed to marry David. Saul said fine, but David had to perform a task, and it does actually no, that'll be getting into spoiler territory. I will say I did complain that David was being mopey in the last few episodes, and that stops now. It's not perfect. I have some complaints. Some of them are actual storytelling things. Some of them are things that I think would have been a good idea to do better. And if you've watched any of these videos, you know that I don't like fixing stories and saying this is what should have been done. But I think that they kind of had a slightly missed opportunity here to make following the biblical narrative more palatable to people later, and I will get into that when we get there. But that being said, let's get on into season 2, episode 6, because we've got a lot to cover.
Previously on House of David.
I think that's the first time the Queen has had a narration there. Okay, so I need to address this. The last episode was very dim and dark and everything, but all of these recap shots in this look, that's much better lit than it was when I was watching it with you guys. I don't know if I got a corrupted file or what was happening, but it looks way better here. Look at all this looks better. I don't know what happened. It's annoying though, isn't it? I mean, look, when watching the last episode, I couldn't actually tell that was blue. It was just a dark thumping color. I don't know. I do like the idea of it being just David's habit of getting up and worshiping God as soon as the sun starts to rise. That's just endears him to me as a character. So, complaint already. One, I'm not sure what her goal was. I don't really need to see her goal, but I would like it. I don't know. She took her cover off as she was walking into the bedroom, so I don't know if she was trying to surprise Saul, get back in his good graces or whatever, or she suspected something and she went to have her suspicions confirmed. Though the way she performed the discovery was didn't really make me think that that was the case, or if she was just going to talk to him. I don't know. I don't know why she went in. I would just kind of like to, but that's not too bad. What I do find annoying is, so the queen has been very much so a sneaky political advisory character and all that, and I find it detrimental to her character that she didn't know that this was happening. Maybe she did, but that's not how the actress plays it. Granted, this gives us the opportunity to see her discover it. I think that probably should have happened in the previous episode, like as soon as it starts happening, because that seems more in keeping with the queen's character. It's not the worst, it's not awful, but I don't buy it for what we've seen for the character so far, and I find it inconsistent. That's all, really.
Banish him back to the hills of Bethlehem.
You're the one who put him on this pedestal. My king, your hands are tied.
There is another solution. Close the doors and leave us.
I want to press my ear next to the keyhole. No, I want to press my ear next to the keyhole. Get back. What's going on?
Let him marry Michal, but only after he completes one last mission, one he will not survive.
So this is in the Bible. Saul does, in fact, give an assignment to David in order for him to marry Michal that he doesn't think that he'll survive. It doesn't say that the queen came up with the plan, but she, again, is not really... I don't think she's even named in the Bible. I'm okay with her doing it because it gives somebody a way to say it. It would be odd if Saul said to his general, "This is why I'm doing this," giving somebody else the idea so that that can be discussed as the reason is a more natural way to have it in dialogue, unless you just have like Shakespearean level monologues, which wouldn't it be cool if we had a show that was just the norm of people monologuing and soliloquizing about what they're going to do?
He inspires our people.
Then let them be inspired. The giant slayer will die a hero at the hands of our enemies. Legend they will cherish, then soon forget.
But I do care about the boy.
David must die.
Point of order, this is also supposed to happen after the first time Saul throws a spear at David.
I can see why you love it here.
Bruise those turnips.
Jonathan, why have you come?
To tend this garden.
To ask you to marry me. I'm sorry about your brother, that I could not protect him. I take lives.
It wasn't fair of me to blame you. But as much as I can understand it, I cannot live your life.
Okay, I'm glad that they changed it so that it wasn't the whole "you kill people" thing. That was dumb. Glad it's been acknowledged as not good, not accurate, not correct.
You have healed more than my body.
One day, whether I like it or not, you are going to be king. And I do not wish to be queen.
What if I wasn't?
Wasn't what?
Going to be king. There's something I need to tell you.
As far as dramatic tension goes, I actually really liked that. I kind of wish that he'd sat with it just a little bit longer, but I guess part of the story arc is he is becoming kind of impetuous with her, which is something he isn't normally, and it's showing that he's growing a little bit and being willing to open his heart. So that's fine. But I do like the idea of, I don't want to be a queen, and that's who I would be if I married you. And he's like, well, what if, to tell or not to tell? He decided on tell really quickly, but it's fun that they made this a thing. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the fact that she knows. I like that they went with this story that mirrors aren't very good.
Came to apologize.
You would have to matter to me for your betrayal to Hurt. My father will probably banish you to Egypt or make you a eunuch. I only ever asked you for one thing: to not embarrass me. And now it appears you have embarrassed us both because you want what you want, and you do not care who you hurt.
I like that sets up his big character flaw that comes up in, I don't know how many seasons until we get to Bathsheba, but I like that they did that. It's a good way of calling him out and showing this was already a flaw. I'm not sure how appropriate a comment it is for the situation, but, it works. You can tell it's coming from a place of spite. We're still on the fence on what her motivation was. I don't know if she likes David or if she just wanted to be attached to the most popular man in the kingdom for the sake of being attached to the most popular man in the kingdom, because she always felt second best or least best. So we'll see.